It's the station that rocks 24/7.
Welcome back. This is straightforward. No more sports. We still talk about sports, but hey, we finna start coming at y'all with some more heat, man. Always with my boy Jacalen. Today we ain't got Ian today.
Yeah,
We gonna be missing my boy. How you doing today, bro?
I'm good, man. How you been, bro?
Straight. Making it. I'm making it. Another day, another dollar. So
right.
today we talking Steph Curry lighting up the league. He really got everything. He got it rolling in Golden State. He trying to will them into the playoffs.
Yeah,
And right now they sitting at the 10th seed. Sitting at the 10th seed, and he's doing everything he can.
yeah.
But here I ask you, is Steph Curry the greatest offensive player ever that the NBA has seen?
No, I gotta go with James Harden as the best ever, just because he's just so dynamic. He can score from all levels. So like, if you need a bucket, who you gonna rely on? James Harden or Stephen Curry? That's just my fact.
I just want to point out one thing though. You said best.
Yeah,
Is he greater? And I ask you that because
explain the difference on that then.
greatest. I mean, great to be great, to be qualified as great, you have to win at the highest level. We're talking championships, finals appearances. You know what I'm saying? In the mix. James Harden doesn't have those to
But
his
in-
name.
But I'm saying, like, if you just want to compare them as scorers, who can put the ball in the hole better than anybody else, then I got to go with James Harden. But then, yeah, if you want to throw accolades in the conversation, then yeah, Curry's probably unmatched in that.
Look, I'm gonna say you can make the argument, but obviously, yeah, Katie and James Harden are just as effective scorers as Steph Curry. But let's just talk about what Steph has been doing over these last. He's hit 72 threes over the last 10 games.
Yeah, that's wild.
The last 10 games, 72 threes. Like, scored 30 straight. 30 or more in the last 11. Now, like I said, he is willing his team best he can. They hold the 10th seed, which they will qualify for a play-in spot, obviously, but that's not what you're looking for. You're looking to, secure your spot. Don't even take a risk. But like I said, man, you can make the argument. He should be in the running for MVP this year.
Yeah. But
I
winning is a
think the
big part of
team
that.
success, just doesn't equate. It doesn't equate, and it's a tough story for him because he doing all he can. And you can see the frustration night in and night out when they be losing.
Yeah. But I feel as if next year's probably the year when they get the other Splash Brother back with Klay Thompson, and you had that big three like they did, that big three nucleus they had a few years back with Steph Curry, Draymond, and Klay Thompson. I'm sorry. But this year just not it. I feel like they should go ahead and, I don't know.
I don't think the Draymond has it anymore. Draymond can't score like he used to. Like, not to say that Draymond could score at a point in time, but Draymond's more so just putting up, going in there, putting up 3 points,
Yeah.
getting his assists, his rebounds, which, I'm one that values rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. I value those things.
The dirty work.
Yeah, somebody has to do it, but it's like
Yeah. But
at the state that they're in right now, they need more than just the rebounds and assists and blocks.
So you think that Draymond should step up more and be Steph's
You
sidekick?
need to get him some more dirty buckets,
Yeah.
thug buckets. That's what he need to do. He need to go down there and start banging or something, or hitting them threes like he was in 2015 in the final. No, 2016 in the finals.
Yeah.
When they lost, they blew that 3-1 lead. That's the Draymond Green they need, shooting from the top of the key. That's his sweet spot. They need him to be back in the mix doing all of that because Kelly Oubre's inconsistent. Andrew Wiggins is inconsistent. And after that, it's like,
And James Wiseman out for the season, right?
and yeah, you have nobody else besides Steph and those cats right there when they do show up.
Yeah. But Draymond's stats ain't never just been pretty. He's always been more effective than what his stats have shown.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Um, just to veer off the topic a little bit. A couple weeks ago, Draymond Green said, he was the greatest. Well, yeah, did he?
Greatest
defensive player of all time. What do you make of that?
I can't agree with that. I'm not really sure on who I would say is the greatest defensive player, but I just know he's not the greatest. Probably.
Like Uncle Shay said, man. He ain't even top 25 or top 20.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, he far out of there.
Well, yeah, I was like, where does he fall in that?
He ain't better than Dennis. Not better than Scotty, Gary Payton, John Stockton,
Kawhi,
Dikembe, Hakeem Olajuwon. The list goes on. We go on and on about these people that are better defenders than him.
Yeah, he got a couple defensive player of the years, but that's just not enough.
Yeah. And some of the people that we even named have never won a defensive player of the year. Just all defensive team selections. But, man, their impact and their statistics and just the type of a pest that they were. Draymond's nowhere. Well, not nowhere, but he's not on the same level. He's a modern-day Dennis Rodman, yeah. But Dennis Rodman is on a whole different level. 90s defense is way, way more... out there and
greedy. I feel you.
It's scrappy compared to the defense nowadays. James Harden out indefinitely. What do you think that the Nets are in trouble without James Harden?
I feel like they're in the same situation LeBron was in when he was in the East. Just to get me in the playoffs. It really don't matter where we fall in at. I think everybody they all in on the Nets going to the championship. But if they make it to the postseason and James Harden comes back, then yeah, I feel that'd be good. He got at least to the second round, I think, till he really has to be back. I think Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving can get them past the first round at least. You don't agree on that?
Just off of what you said, as far as like get him to everybody's pretty much locking him in for the finals, and he can sit out. I'm gonna say this: without James Harden, I don't see the Nets beating the Sixers or the Bucks in the playoffs, and I think that's a pretty bold take because the Bucks haven't been able to do absolutely nothing. Yeah. They haven't been able to do absolutely nothing in the playoffs, as far as what they should be doing. They have not been able to get to the finals. They've been the favorite to make it for the last 2 years, getting the first seed, getting knocked out in the second round and the third round, both years. And Philly the same way. Expected high expectations, high ceiling, and never living up to it. But I believe that those two teams, yeah, I say those two teams right there could knock off the Nets without James Harden. When we talk about the Nets without James Harden is third on that team in points. He's second on that team in assists and rebounds. No, my bad. He leads the team in assists and rebounds.
Which is terrible.
It's pretty bad. DeAndre Jordan is not DeAndre Jordan. He's Andre Jordan, I guess. I mean, look, dude doesn't get rebounds anymore. That was the one thing he could do is rebound, play some solid defense around the rim and go up there and catch them lobs. He doesn't do that anymore.
He's a shell of himself?
Without a doubt. Yeah. And he's second in the team in steals. Now, we all know that James Harden plays very little defense. And for him to be second on your team in steals, that's bad. So, when we talk about the Nets without James Harden, we talk about a team that's missing a lot of things without James Harden because James Harden contributes a lot. So, like I said, that second in points, third in points, we talk about 25 points roughly. So now you're going to be looking for those 25 points out of the Joe Harrises and I would say Spencer Dinwiddie, but he's gone. Blake Griffin, who's another person that's a shell of himself. Yeah. I just don't think that they have the firepower within their backups to make a push in the playoffs against those Milwaukee and Philadelphia teams.
So that what you just saying that they don't have the depth with their backups, does that like also contribute to the LeBron versus KD argument? How LeBron makes his teams better? How he goes out and gets Matthew Dellavedova and makes those dudes look great.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't stand Kevin Durant at all. And I'm pretty sure you could tell by my face. I can't stand him. He's probably the weakest individual, the weakest athlete I've ever came across in my life. Well, I've never came across him personally in person. It wouldn't be a good altercation because I'm probably going to say something to him and he's not going to like it. And we all know how Kevin Durant is. He doesn't care, obviously. So that wouldn't turn out too well. But you know what I'm saying? He's the weakest athlete that I've ever watched. And to think that I used to have so much respect for him when he was in OKC. I used to like him as a player, actually. But, yeah, LeBron elevates the players around him. KD doesn't elevate the players around him. KD...
He's a great individual.
Yeah. He needs a team. Not to say that he can't win. He can win, but he can't win at a high level.
So is the playing field pretty much evened out with the Lakers and Nets in the finals if they meet up?
Now that LaMarcus Aldridge went down, I would say yeah. I would say that it's pretty much even now because off the strength, you know, Andre Drummond, I believe Andre Drummond could equate to what Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan does put together.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, it's still slightly the Nets having a little bit of an advantage considering they have Kevin Durant and they have Kyrie and they have James Harden. But that tandem between LeBron and AD,
That is bitch. That's daily right there.
that right there, that's going to go down. If they keep doing what they do, and it's crazy that LeBron's at this age of doing these things, if they keep doing what they do, that will go down as an all-time great duo.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking Magic and Kareem, Shaq and Kobe, Mike and Scotty. That's them two right there together. The sky's the limit.
Yeah. That man's 36 years old and still in his prime.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
LeBron, this is the first year that I say, you know what, I believe in LeBron to go out there and get this done. And I think that the Lakers still are going to win the finals. Obviously, James Harden comes back healthy. I believe the Nets will make it. If James Harden does not come back healthy, then it's a possibility that they don't make it. But, you know, let's say James Harden comes back healthy. And, yes, we get us L.A. versus Brooklyn NBA Finals. Okay. Take LeBron and the Lakers. Just off of the fact they can play that defense. That's what they need. Like I said on a couple other shows, the Nets cannot outscore the Lakers 4 games out of 7. They may have the best scorers in the league. There's one ball. There's 5 players. They're not all touching the ball at one time. One person has to touch it at a time. Let's just get that settled and, you know, let's understand that first. So with that being said, you're stopping one player every possession. Not stopping 3 of the best scorers every possession. No, you're stopping one player because one player has the ball. So, like I said, yeah, they're not outscoring one of the best defensive teams, if not the best defensive team in the league, 4 games out of 7. They can stop you and they can go score. What else needs to be said?
Nothing much, man. You basically you put that on the nose right there.
Yeah. We're going to transition over into the NFL, and then we got, like I said, we dropped the sports. We still talk about sports. Obviously, we've been sitting here talking about sports, but we got a little surprise for y'all. We're going to start interacting with y'all a little bit more and start, you know, giving y'all something to talk about, especially the females. Who is the only other lock in this draft besides Trevor Lawrence?
I gotta go with Zach Wilson at number 2 to the Jets. Wait, the question is like, who's the only other like next pick that's locked
that
in?
That you will, you know what I'm saying? Who's the only other prospect that you feel is a boom? It's not a bust.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying. I took it in a different way. Okay. I'll probably have to go with Jamar Chase on that. So wherever he go, I feel like he's gonna thrive in. I feel like he can come in and be a number 1, or he can go in and be a number 2, just like he did with LSU. Probably be one of the top 5, number 2 receivers in the league. And then
Yeah. I could see that. I could see, yeah. But me, I'm going Kyle Pitts. I got 2 actually. Kyle Pitts, just to start off with. Dude ran a 4.46 at tight end. Come on now. He's a tight end, but he's really a receiver. Honestly, wholehearted receiver. You can't match up with him. Any offense that he goes into is going to be, he's going to create mismatches. For the simple fact, he plays tight end, like I said, but he moves like a receiver. But he has the frame of a tight, not even the frame, he has the height of a tight end, but the frame of a receiver, and he moves like a receiver. So with that being said, you got somebody lining up on the outside of a tackle, you know what I'm saying, running slants,
getting guarded by linebackers.
Getting guarded by linebackers and safeties, because you have to put your corners on receivers. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, nah. I'm going with Kyle Pitts. And then there's one more. It's been a lot of controversy around this player as far as like who the Bengals should pick at number 5. I believe that's what pick they hold. Penei Sewell. Yeah. I'm going to go with him for the simple fact I believe he's the generational offensive tackle. And the controversy has been simply, do the Bengals take a receiver or do they take a tackle? I'm going to break this down for the less educated. Let me say that.
Simple.
That's the nicest way I can put it. You need offensive linemen to protect your quarterback. Receivers don't protect your quarterback. So people are saying take Jamar Chase. That's a you know what I'm saying, a good receiver. You know what I'm saying? That's a receiver that's going to be good. Look here. If you have a bad offensive line and a good receiver, how is the receiver going to get the ball? On the other end, if you have a good offensive line but an average bad receiver, there's still a possibility that that receiver is going to get the ball. So if we're using our common sense, which a lot of people in the sports community don't use, saying, you know, get the receiver, when you see that obviously the Bengals have one of the worst offensive lines in the league, it's frustrating to see that even Joe Burrow is in on the idea of taking a receiver. Dude, you got a career to look forward to.
I mean, it's easy to fall in love with the shiny toys and stuff. That's what you see a lot of times these days.
And I don't get it. Like, he's not even the only player. We seen Russell Wilson saying he wants them to go get Antonio Brown. Why do you want Antonio Brown and you're like the 5th most sacked quarterback in the league?
Yeah.
Get me somebody to protect me. Because for the simple fact, Joe Burrow's not as elusive and agile as Russell Wilson. So he needs more protection. And you can easily add 2 years onto that man's career instead of knocking 2 years off, because we just seen him get injured his rookie year, get knocked out the entire season. You can add 2 years instead of subtracting 2 years by just bringing in somebody that can protect them.
Yeah, that's your backside, too. That's the most important offensive lineman on the team right there.
Yeah, like, it's, and I don't get it. It's kind of common sense, man. Like, it's one thing that you need to get to another thing. You don't come out the womb walking. You have to crawl. By taking Penei Sewell, however you pronounce the name, I'm butchering his name, but however you pronounce it, that's coming out of the womb and you're crawling. You have to crawl before you walk. I understand getting you a good receiver, but your receiver core is not bad. T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, those two right there, they play real good this past season. They may not be premier receivers.
Yeah.
But they can catch the ball. They're better than New England. They're better than Philly.
But I got to disagree with you on that. I don't feel like Penei Sewell is going to – I feel like he can – out of all the offensive linemen, he's going to be a bust probably. Just because you see the league nowadays, it's evolving. Players are getting quicker and faster and stronger. And he's not really that fast on his feet. Pass rush, he kind of struggled at working, passing and stuff. So I got to feel like – I feel like the offensive linemen from Northwestern
Rashawn Slater?
Yeah, I feel like he'll be a better choice just off his athleticism.
A lot of people have been saying that, he wasn't the best tackle. I'm all in on Penei Sewell. I think he's the best tackle. And like he said, there's a lot of people in this draft that tackle that cannot do the same thing that he can do, that don't bring the same thing to the table as him. I believe over time he'll develop it to, like you said, his feet slow. He moves, slower than most people, most tackles.
Yeah.
In time.
How much time do you have when I got a quarterback back there just towards ACL?
I mean, hey.
I don't got time to develop.
Hey, once you get into the league, you working with the premiers of the league. I mean, of the world, the best trainers in the world. So
but
I think
Cincinnati though too.
Look,
so
it could go between him getting this together in the off season, possibly by training camp, getting all the way into preseason, getting his reps, and just getting adjusted to it, or it can maybe take a year, maybe two, or even longer.
Yeah,
if it takes longer, then obviously he will be a bust. But I think in time he could do something special. There ain't no way that he'll ever be worse than Eric Flowers. Eric Flowers, and not too many people know about Marshall Newhouse. But those two right there, those are probably the worst tackles I've ever seen in my life. So as long as he could be better than those two, and they've been able to start on teams before, then I think that he could have a long and handsome career in the NFL, whether it's with the Bengals or it's with somebody else. But if I'm Cincinnati, I'm taking the tackle and I'm protecting my quarterback. I don't care what Joe Burrow says. I want you to go get this. Look here, dog. You just got into the league. Baby steps.
So who do you feel is going to be the best running back out of this draft?
I'm not really too in on running backs, but I had to go either Bama. Bama makes great players. Let's just say that. But I don't think they had the best back.
I don't either.
I think it's between Trey Sermon and Travis Etienne.
I think it's just Travis Etienne, really.
Between those two right there, those two are the best backs in the league. I mean, in this draft. But this draft really isn't. It's the running backs.
But it's always a steal. And I feel like Travis Etienne is. That's why I'm telling my Seahawks, go out and get that man. Because Chris Carson is not the answer. I stand on that 10 toes.
Y'all re-signed him, right? What did he get re-signed to?
Yep, he got re-signed. I don't know the details on it, but that's probably the biggest move of our offseason.
It's bad. Y'all come in the fourth of y'all division. Y'all might crack the playoffs though. And here we go. This is what should, what I'm saying, is giving what it's gonna give. Let me just say that. I sound real gay saying that, but look. So a couple days ago, Justin LeBoy, he posted, and a lot of y'all follow Justin LeBoy.
Yeah.
He posted and said, every girl talks to 3 to 5 Niggas. No, okay. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, at some point in time, but not like if you feel. How do you explain it? When you first get into a relationship, you probably still gonna entertain other people. Mm-hmm. But when you realize that they might really be the one, I feel like you might settle down and cut everybody else off. What you think on
that? Look, I'm just gonna start off with the comments. Obviously, it's a lot of you salty females out there because he exposed y'all game, which is really not too much game. We all know that every girl has about 3 to 5. You call it your starting 5, and you steady saying in the comments.
Yeah, we're building.
And boys do it too. This and that. Look, it's. I'm not gonna say it's not about what men do. It's about the simple fact y'all let men do it. So that's why men do it. Men talk to multiple females because y'all allow them to talk to multiple females. Y'all keep talking to the dudes to talk to multiple females. But that's beside the point. Do I feel that every girl talks to 3 to 5? Yes. Maybe even more. Maybe 10 to 15. I think we should multiply that by 3. Because these females nowadays, man.
Yeah. They're ruthless.
I got a little advice for my young kings out there, man. Especially in our age range, 18, 19, high school. Stop worrying about these girls, man. They gonna come. focus on you. Get to your bag because at the end of the day, let's just be real with yourself. Nobody wants a bum and nobody wants somebody that doesn't bring anything to the table. So let's just start off with that. Nobody wants somebody that brings anything to the table. So to my young kings, you have to get yourself together first with the simple fact of get to your bag and then the ladies will come.
Yeah. I feel like,
and that's where you differentiate yourself from. If you're the 3 to 5 that she talks to, or you have a 3 to 5 that you're talking to, it goes both ways, obviously. But I just believe that in a lot of cases, let's just break it down like this: they talk to one. One of them is the main. Another one of them is the side that they're talking to. And we're talking about women. One is the main, one is the side. One is a maybe. That's 3 right there. Now 4 and 5, those are the simps. They give her the attention and everything that she wants whenever she wants it.
Yeah. Come bring them food and all that extra stuff.
I'm not going to say that there's anything wrong with being 1 to 3. But there's definitely something wrong with being 4 to 5. Don't be the simp beta that's out here, you know what I'm saying, buying her whatever she wants, whenever she wants it, right there whenever she needs you, every time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start putting y'all on some game on this show, man. Cause I'm tired of seeing my young brothers out there just getting dogged out, and I refuse to, you know what I'm saying, keep watching it happen. I'm gonna put y'all on game, and it's gonna make the females a little bit angry, but yeah.
Yeah.
Every girl talks to 3 to 5.
I gotta agree on that thing you said. You was like focus on building yourself, because if you focus on getting to your money, building yourself, you're gonna build self-confidence, and there's nothing a woman loves more than just self-confidence.
Yeah. And we hear people ask all the time, and we joke around all the time. A female should never have to ask you, what do you bring to the table? You should be asking her, what do you bring to the table? What do you do for me? What do you bring into my life?
Yeah, what do I get out of it?
Because, and I know this is going to make a couple people angry, but yes, a woman is the prize. That's what we're chasing. That's what we want. But like, when we talk about what do you bring to the table, I look at it as, you need to impress me. What makes you good enough for you to be my girl? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not about what I do for you. I know what I can do. I know what I aspire to be. I know what I'm capable of doing. I know everything. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily everything, but I know me. I know what I can do. But to my young kings out there, we have to ask ourselves, what can she do for me? And in a lot of cases, it's what are y'all doing for her?
Yeah. These women nowadays got the game twisted.
It's the other way around. Gotta stop it, bro. We gotta stop it. They got 3 to 5. You need to get you about 10 to 15. Like I said, I may think that they got 10 to 15, but if they got 10 to 15, you need to get you about 20 to 30. Focus on you, my brothers. You got anything else?
Nah, that's it, man. You hit it on the nose.
This is straightforward. And man, start sending us some topics that y'all want us to talk about. We're going to give it to y'all raw. Uncut.